guys, it's Grace. Today I'm going to be making egg bites with just a muffin tin, and I'm going to be adding to them some spinach, some sun-dried tomatoes, and some feta. It's super healthy, and for me at least in the morning, I don't have time to be making a huge omelet, and I want something healthy and easy that I can just easily heat up. So let's get started. It all starts with eggs, and lots of them. I'm gonna be making 12 of these little egg bites here. So we're gonna use 12 eggs, a dozen eggs. So I'm just gonna start cracking them right into like a little kind of like Tupperware here. This has a nice spout, so it's gonna be really easy to pour the egg mixture right into our muffin tin. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack them all. Hopefully I won't get any shells in there. I'm done crack-a-lacking. All the eggs are nicely cracked in my little Tupperware, and I'm gonna take a whisk and basically just whisk all these eggs together into a nice slurry, as my fiance would say. He loves that word. And when they're mixed, I'm just gonna add a little bit of pepper and then pour them right into the cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour my mixture right into these little muffin tins. Now you just want to pour about halfway up each of these cups because you're going to be adding a lot of toppings, and you don't want to overfill them so that they overflow when they puff up in the oven. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this until all the cups are filled. So what I love about these egg bites is that you can customize them any way that you want. You can add any toppings that you want, anything that your heart desires. Today, I really wanted to do sun-dried tomatoes, some spinach, and some feta here. And also I add some onion in these just to give it a little extra crunch and a little bit of flavor. Before I start assembling, I just wanted to show you what I did with my sun-dried tomatoes. So all I did is I took some sun-dried tomatoes that were just completely dried, no olive oil or anything like that were added to these, and I reconstituted them in a little bit of water. So I just basically just stuck them in water and let them sit for about 10 or 15 minutes so they get a little bit kind of like softer. You can also get them in olive oil, but I prefer just water for these just because we're adding them to the eggs. So I basically just cut my sun-dried tomatoes in half, and then I just ran my knife kind of in the other direction just to finally dice up these sun-dried tomatoes into little bits. We want all of our ingredients in little bits. I kind of did the same thing here with my spinach and my feta, and then also the onions are really finely chopped. So it's time to assemble, my favorite part. Now you can be as generous as you want with these toppings. I basically found the rule of thumb is about 2 teaspoons of each ingredient per cup. I'm going to add, here's 1 teaspoon. Perfect. Just kerplunk, stick that all in there. Another teaspoon. Again, you don't need to be exact like this, but I'm just showing you just to make all these really even. That's what I usually do. And then I have my spinach here that I finely chopped. I'm gonna take 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Again, you don't need to be super neat about this. I have my feta here. So same thing, you wanna make sure that none of your feta pieces are really huge. It's a nice crumble. 1 and 2. And then my onion. So I'm gonna do about 1. Whoop, and 2. I really like my onions, so I'm gonna pack it in there. And then you're just going to basically add all your toppings to these little egg bowls, and then I'll show you the next step. So before we place these in the oven, I'm just mixing all the ingredients together in each cup. Now, the reason why I add all of the ingredients, the sun-dried tomatoes, etc., into the actual cups and not into the egg mixture before I pour it in is because you want all the ingredients in each egg bite. And you don't want one that has a ton of feta and the other one has a ton of sun-dried tomatoes. That way each of these has its own special little ingredients in each cup. I'm going to place this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. Make sure you grease your muffin tin if yours is not nonstick. See you in 20. My eggies are ready. Look at how beautiful these are. They're brown on the top, a little golden. They're nice and set. You know they're done when you touch them and they kind of spring back. They look so good. What's great about these, by the way, is that they're so perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can really just eat them anytime. They're so yum. Look at how perfect they would slide right out because it's a nice non-stick muffin pan. Let's cut into this. Oh, look at the sun-dried tomatoes. You can see the little pieces of feta, the onion, just enough spinach. No. The sun-dried tomato is just a pop of salt. You can taste the feta a little bit. The onion just adds a little bit of crunch. It's so perfect. It's so simple. Check out the recipe on Tastefully Grace. You will not regret it.